Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content. This is going to be a live stream. We are seeing some significant price action happening right now on Alliance, or not on Alliance Block, on HBAR. We are actually seeing some price action playing out on Alliance Block as well. I was actually just getting ready to go to sleep, but I said, you know what? If we break 28 cents, I'm live streaming. That's it. So we are now live streaming. We are moving very, very fast now. I'm sure a lot of people are very happy that we finally see some solid price action playing out on HBAR. As you guys already know, right? I've been telling you guys that this is only the beginning to what's to come for HBAR. We are not just going to move a little bit and that's pretty much it. This is going to happen over time. It's going to happen very fast, though, once it does happen. We have broke a significant level. Now, I'm watching and waiting to make sure that this holds because, dude, I'm telling you guys, like, this level up here, this is all celebration time. You know why? Because these are levels that we haven't seen forever. And I'm talking about all the way back in the beginning of May. So we are currently at pretty much the highest price point that we've seen since even back in May. I mean, I know that we had this candle on the 14th. It wasn't a significant candle or anything like that. We hit some solid resistance and broke down below it. Yes, we could see the same thing happen right now. But right now, the only thing to really watch for is Bitcoin. I do think that Bitcoin is trying to make new highs. And I said it even in my Discord. I think that we're ranging to have some major new highs being made on Bitcoin. I think it's starting. As you guys already know, I've been very bullish on this month. I've been very bullish on crypto this entire month as well. And we are getting very, very close. Honestly, I'll throw up the 15-minute because you know what? This is the only time that I will watch like 15-minute charts because this is the time where we want to see a major breakout or even major resistance being hit. And currently right now, we are above that 28.4 zone. We are ranging. We are moving. This could potentially lead us to 30 cents if momentum continues like this. And I don't get too excited, and I'm not trying to get you guys hoped up or anything like that, but I'm just saying right now, this is a significant move on HBAR, and we haven't seen a move like this that was this strong since that day back in, April. It was pretty much, even if we go to the 1 day, right? So if we actually analyze this candle here, going back to the 13th, this was not too crazy of a move up, and it actually wasn't a significant move. It didn't hit 28.7. This was actually a false candle on Binance. Binance has been showing weird prices. That's why I use Coinbase for Binance or for Bitcoin, because Binance has been very, very, pretty much wrong on in terms of prices. So when we come over here, so I actually have DAG and I also have Alliance Block. These are also up significantly as we do see alts really making their new all-time highs. That is why I do think that, HBAR is very, very clear to us right now that we're seeing a major breakout. A lot of altcoins are breaking out significantly. So let's actually refresh this, make sure everything is updated. So even right now, yeah, Bitcoin saying 49.7. Binance over here on Bitcoin, this is Coinbase, but Binance is showing 50K. So when we come down here to HBAR, so let's actually come down. So we actually moved up significantly. We actually went up about 5 positions in terms of standing. We're up about 12.24%, and we are up about 17.33% on the 7-day. This is significant, guys. We are moving very, very fast. We're at 28.5 cents. We have not seen these numbers in a very long time. So let's actually go to the 1 month span because it was showing us April 13th. And if we do look back here on April 13th, I believe it was April 13th, correct? Yeah. So it was about April 14th. Sorry, my bad. So I guess that is this high or something somewhere around here, but it's only shown here 26.5 cents. So we are currently at the highest price that we have seen in terms of the 3 month span. This is actually even higher than that from back in the beginning of May. So we are actually at a massive high price. This is prices that we actually haven't seen since, so about May 25th, actually going back all the way to, because we're actually a little bit higher, because this is showing 28.47. So let's actually go back a little bit. So pretty much May 17th was the last time that we actually had this high of a price, and we were at 33 cents that day. Guys, we are moving significantly. I'm very excited for what's to come. I told you guys I wouldn't get excited unless we actually broke 28 cents. We have finally broken the 28-cent barrier. I told you it was only a matter of time. It is happening. I'm watching for a slight pullback here. We could have a slight pullback. It wouldn't be too bad. But I do think that Bitcoin is ranging to make a new high. So until Bitcoin makes a new high, which is around that 50.5K zone, we won't have a pullback. You know, HBAR right now has been consolidating for a very, very long time, and we haven't had a solid breakout yet. The price action right now, yes, it's very exciting to see, but this is nowhere near a breakout yet. We are still in it for 161 days of pure consolidation. I have told you guys multiple times that HBAR is a sleeping giant. Get it while you can, under this, that price, all day long, right? I've told you guys, you know, from this current price point, I've told you where my price targets are. $3 to $6 with highs of even $10 plus. Solana, guys, I tweeted out today. I actually quoted Credible Crypto. He said, Solana, right? If we come over to the cryptocurrencies tab and we come down to Solana, this was incredible to watch, but it did a 70x. A 70x from its bottom prices earlier this year at $1. It did a 70x, and I understand, right? Circulating supply is different, but this is exactly what we see. We see alt trade in a sideways fashion. For an example, the high here it made was $55. It traded sideways with terrible price action all the way until its first breaking point in July, at the end of July actually. And then we got that major price movement, and it did a 70x. If we do a 70x on HBAR, we could see $18.20. I told you guys that today. I quoted Credible's tweet. And the reason why we get to those major breakouts is because of how long we consolidate for. 161 days on an asset like HBAR, okay? We see 100 days on assets all the time. But something like HBAR that is heavily whale manipulated for a reason is something to never disregard and ignore. Because what comes after we break this all-time high up here is going to be absolutely glorious. When we come over to the cryptocurrencies tab, we see ADA. Okay? ADA, we see it here. Alliance block, new all-time highs. A lot of assets have been making new all-time highs. So what does that tell you? That tells me that we are about to break 29 cents nearly, and we are closing in on that 30-cent zone. And I'm just going to tell you guys right now, there's an X here for a reason. You want to know why that X is there? X marks the spot. This is where we go into a massive price influx zone. We could see a pullback at 30 cents, come down and retest that 28.4, zone. But I think once we break this, that is end game. That is where we will see the true FOMO event happen on HBAR. We are up 5.8% in the 3-hour span. This is something to not disregard. This is something to not ignore. I've said it multiple times on this channel. I have 200 plus videos on HBAR of me doing pure research, in-depth overall research on every single thing about HBAR. I understand the technology behind it. I understand the massive amount of use cases behind it. HBAR is an asset you guys do not want to miss out on. Everybody who is watching this live stream already knows the power behind HBAR. We know that there's a lot of people in this space that is ignoring it until we see that major breakout. And guess where this could lead us? Okay? So say for so, from our current level, say for so we just go to the all-time high. That is still a 60% of an increase in price from our current level. I told you guys to buy the dip. I told you guys multiple times to buy the dip. If you bought this dip, you'd still be up 202% to the all-time high only. From this dip down here, you'd still be up 242%. What about the dead cat possibility? Absolutely not, man. I don't even, I see a lot of people, Crypto Whale. No disrespect at all. Listen, Crypto Whale follows me. I follow him. I like his narrative here and there. It's always good to keep a bullish and also a bearish insight. It's totally fine. But when we talk about what is happening in the market right now, first off, Bitcoin should not be considered in a bear market anymore. Okay? I still see that narrative being pushed around. Bitcoin's in a bear market. We're in a bear market. We're in a bear market. I see all the time. Because trust me, I follow bulls and I also follow bears. Because listen, you like best of both worlds. You kind of take your own narrative, you do your own research, and then you get the answers, right? But when we talk about a bear market, listen, I could understand the concerns when we were down here. Yeah, okay, prices is bearish, all right? But I said throughout this dip, I said throughout this dip, and I even said during this dip that what comes next is the massive price move. They wanted you out. They got a lot of people out. None of my friends, that you would never guess would be in crypto are tweeting about crypto anymore or even talking about it on Facebook. Okay? They got the normies out. The normies are out of crypto. Now, the true legends, the true crusaders are in crypto. Because you know what happens next, okay? I have it drawn out on this chart. We get to this all-time high up here at some point in time on Bitcoin. And it's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of when. Because we will get to this point. And, if HBAR, and like I said, we're pulling back to that 28.4. We just got that pullback. So now we're going to try to retest a new, this level back again at 29 cents. But I'm just saying, Bitcoin gets to these new all-time highs, and we're, pretty much at 30 plus cents, and Bitcoin goes on a massive run, HBAR will follow. HBAR will have a similar run to ADA. It will have a similar run to Solana, right? And Solana is another asset, like I said, that shows you exactly what patience is all about. This is where legends are born, right? First off, you buy the dip, okay? You hodl for a little bit, you see the price action move. This is not the stopping point either for Solana. We go higher, okay? Just like ADA, we go higher. ADA is going to go higher. You guys already know me. I don't hate on ADA. It's just the fact that we still see people, saying ADA is superior to HBAR, which is just not. But when we talk about these assets, they are going to do absolute massive moves still, even if they are at these massive prices. HBAR is one of those assets too. We did not consolidate for 161 days for nothing, right? And again, this is a great breakout. All right, we're significantly above the 200-day MA. We are significantly above a lot of resistance points. Now, we just need to find support up here. Stabilize a little bit, maybe trade a little bit sideways, and then get another massive breaking point where we do retest 33.6 and break that eventually, and then we go and retest these highs up here. And yes, there's a few resistance points. I will be completely honest with you. They are marked on the chart. 37.4, 41, 43.3, and then, of course, all-time high. And these get broken very easily. For an example, let's go over to Matic, right? So as you guys already know, I've been comparing Matic to HBAR for a very long time. The reasons for that is because of the massive run that it did. It did a 642% of an increase in price, and this asset is not done. This is only the beginning for Matic as well. But when we talk about Matic and we talk about what it did, we talk about, the move that it did first off. It was hitting massive resistance points, and it did hit massive resistance points for quite some time before it eventually broke out of that wedge. For an example, I was in it. It was trading sideways, got a little bit of an uphill battle here, and then hit resistance, continued to trade sideways, went down a little bit, and then we got that major breaking point. And again, it did hit resistance again, came back down, we ended up breaking out of it. That's exactly how things work, right? They trade sideways for a little bit until they hit that resistance again and finally break out of it. The same will go for HBAR. Yeah, sure. Right now we're still sitting at some nice resistance points. We have broken down a little bit below it. So this is a key resistance point, and I've mentioned it multiple times. This price action here, I already debunked this candle. This candle was not real, right? This was one of those Binance, glitches in the chart. But when we talk about this resistance point here, this isn't clear cut and dry, us breaking out fully. But I'm just saying right now, we are pumping significantly. Just to give you guys a little bit of an insight off of the bottom candle here to where we are currently, we are still up about 22.42%. So what I want to see, I will completely be transparent with you guys. I want to see us break 30 cents. 30 cents is my next target point. I want to see us break this, and I actually want to see us hold up in the glorious land that is that 30 to 34 cents almost zone. That puts us right back on track to retest the all-time high, which I said we were getting ready to do on the 13th of May before Bitcoin ended up breaking down. That's exactly what ended up happening. And a lot of people still miss this, right? A lot of people miss this candle. For example, let me put a rectangle around it just so that you guys can see it clearly. This candle here, people disregard, people ignore it. But this was when HBAR was nearly to its breakout point. This was nearly price discovery points. And we should actually kind of thank Bitcoin, because when Bitcoin did break down, we got some juicy buy opportunities to accumulate a little bit more before we get to that point once again. And we will. This is overall, realistically speaking, once we get back into this promised land, this is the point to break, because that will just put us right on track for the all-time high. And we will move fast. Like I said, even here, we traded sideways. This was the all-time high back here at about 55 cents. And look at what ended up happening. Once we broke out of that, we moved significantly higher. And that's exactly how fast it actually works. That's exactly how fast things move in this market. Things move extremely fast once you get into a major price influx. That's going to happen to HBAR as well. Guys, first off, the market is doing significantly well. Things are looking solid, first off, right? And when we come down here, I know that I was going to bed, but listen, HBAR's price action woke me up. But when I talk about these other assets that did these massive runs, for an example, AOBT, 36 to 96 cents, $76 to $185, $2 to $5. We even see DAG, 13 cents to 38 cents. Guys, I pick utility winners. It's solid, right? HBAR will soon print new millionaires. It's not a matter of if, but when. And I truly believe in this statement. I strongly do. And there's no signs from HBAR that tells me that we're not going to. Okay? Like, when we talk about HBAR hitting these double-digit numbers, like $10 this bull run, okay? I understand from a lot of people's perspective that sounds unreasonable. Sounds unrealistic. But I just want to keep you guys in line with what happened in 2017 and 2018. Okay? XRP. Which XRP is fairly similar to us in terms of tokenomics for, the idea on where it was in 2017 and 2018. So, XRP back here, okay, went from 22 cents. Just to give you guys that insight, it was actually around like 24 cents. It went from 24 cents on December 8th, okay, to its all-time high. That's actually, I wish that this could, it was about $3.40 in less than 1 month. Okay? 24 cents to nearly $3.40 in less than 1 month. Okay? So just keep that in mind. All right? And that was back in 2017 and 2018. And I know what you guys are going to say. Well, that was to $3.40, not $10. Yeah. Guess what happened since 2017 and 2018? Institutional demand, institutional money flowed in, and institutional adoption. 2021, as Lehman himself said, is the year for crypto adoption. When we're talking about these assets, when we're talking about HBAR, for an example, it's like an enterprise's, choice for everything that they're trying to build. I've done the carbon neutrality. I've done a dive on pretty much all the companies that are going to be working with Hedera. I've done all the studies on the tokenomics. Tokenomics look extremely solid for this project, right? And we still see the FUD, right? We still see the FUD of, the tokenomics are terrible, this, that, whatever the case may be. We see it all the time. All the circulating supply, the inflation rates, it's absolutely ridiculous. 260 million released a month. That is nothing. We see assets that are releasing $1 billion a month. Why is nobody saying the same thing about Dogecoin, right? Nobody was saying the FUD about Dogecoin when it was pumping 30, 40 cents. But HBAR, we have to talk about the FUD, right? Because Coin Bureau made a video on it, and all these big influencers are talking about, this, that. It's such a bad coin. Really? It's such a bad coin. But when we come over here to the website, right? So first off, all right, yeah, the tokenomics are terrible. Inflation rates on the tokenomics are absolutely garbage. But wait, so name another project, okay? Name another project that is backed by Google, IBM, LG, these huge giants in this space. EDF, which I've talked about EDF in terms of carbon neutrality for electricity for massive utilities, right? FTPOS, Shinhan Bank, Standard Bank, Boeing, Avery Dennison, FIS, Chainlink Labs. Like, dude, this is a massive GC. And for us to be still at these prices, I don't consider that, a garbage coin or anything. You know what I consider that? I consider that a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. There will be a lot of people that don't capitalize on this opportunity right now. Everybody who is watching this, first off, the 111 people who are in this chat right now, which is absolutely ridiculous. Thank you all for stopping by, first off. But all of you individuals that are watching this right now, you are all watching history in the making. Okay? You are all watching an asset that is heavily speculated, heavily scrutinized by individuals like Coin Bureau and these, bigger, influencers in the crypto space. And it's one of the only assets, in my personal opinion, that has the most probability to retake the number one space in crypto. That's right. Replace Bitcoin entirely for the number one spot. That is HBAR. And if you don't think so, right, you need to do the research on Hedera Hashgraph. We are literally watching history in the making, in front of our eyes. And we are seeing exactly why not everybody will make it in crypto. We see people on Twitter all the time. I tweet out about HBAR all the time, right? You guys already know. I make videos on it. I tweet about it. I tweeted about it multiple times today. It's so easy to get to financial freedom. Talked about HBAR doing a 70x to $18.20 because of 4 months of consolidation. 116 days only, right? 116 days for the upward momentum to build on Solana. 116 days. That is absolutely crazy, considering the fact that when we look over here at HBAR, right, and we look at this candle to this candle, we are at 161 days. I don't think people realize that the longer the consolidation, the higher the price influx it will go. Guys, this is one of the most highly debated assets in the space for a reason. This is one of the most whale manipulated assets in this space for a reason. But not only that, this is the only asset in this space that has one of the most prestigious GC ever. Okay? Yeah, it can be compared to XRP. You know, with the 300 plus financial institutions and services and systems that are partnered with them. But I've already told you guys the correlation between the two. I've told you where XRP will go. I told you guys where HBAR will go. I'm a supporter of both of those assets. But when we talk about HBAR, you cannot forget the fact that we haven't even hit peak innovation yet. There is still so much to come for HBAR. For an example, sharding is going to enable unlimited transactions per second. Q4 of 2021 is where the true fireworks lie. 28 cents is great to see. Price action is great to see. I get it. When you open your wallet and all of a sudden your $2,000 is now $20,000 and your $20,000 is now $200,000 and your $200,000 is now $2 million. I get it. Okay? Price action, what's in your wallet is very exciting to see. But what's truly exciting to see is the fact that at Q4 on HBAR is where the true fireworks will happen. That is where we could forget about price action for HBAR. That is where we will see the $5 to $10 range being targeted. That is where we will see the most amount of volume happening for HBAR. That is where we will see transactions in the hundreds of millions being transacted over the HBAR mainnet. I don't think people realize the true power behind HBAR. $1 is imminent. $1 is inevitable. We are going much higher. Yeah, we will see a correction. The correction, we could retest even 7 or 27.6, right? 27.7, somewhere around there, right? But we have broken key levels. We look incredibly impressive for what we've been seeing lately in terms of HBAR volume. But when we look at Bitcoin as well, I've told you guys, Bitcoin is ranging to make a new high. That could be happening today. It is very possible that we get a new high above 50.5K. I've been looking for 52K for a very long time. I think a break above 52K puts us in line for 60K easily. I'm going to be watching a lot of things today. I'm going to be keeping an eye on everything as we do move forward. But I'm telling you right now, there is a lot to pay attention to because a lot of people will try to undermine everything that you say about HBAR, okay? You could say anything that you want about HBAR, but every single thing all comes back to price. They always want to mention the price. But my thing on it is, what will people say, right? What will people say when we do multiple 100% of an increase in price? What are they going to do when we do a 10, 20, 30, 40, 100x? 100x on HBAR will happen in the future. And we are so early on this project. This bull run, $3 to $6 to $10. We could even see a high of $15 plus on HBAR. I'm not going to wage my bets on $15 being targeted, but I'm just saying that is a target that we could hit. Long term, 2025, regulations come into this space. Most of these assets, these 11,370 crypto assets, wow, people don't even realize what's going to happen. Regulations are going to absolutely reshape this entire list of crypto assets. When we talk about Bitcoin being the number one asset, that is laughable. Altcoins. Who even wants to call these assets altcoins? We're talking about true, solid utility cases that are going to reshape the entire structure of the financial markets, the entire structure of utility markets. We're talking about carbon neutrality in the electrical grid cycle using HBAR. And HBAR is already powering that structure anyways. I don't think people realize that these altcoins, they're not alternative coins to Bitcoin. Bitcoin isn't the number one asset in my mind. The number one asset in my mind is a utility token that is changing the world, that's working behind closed doors, that's building strong, solid fundamentals without needing to shill continuously, right? That doesn't need to say, hey, we're going to $100 tomorrow because, smart contracts. We don't need that. Okay? HBAR is doing significantly different things than all these blockchain technology coins. We gotta pay attention to what's actually happening. Okay? You want to know what's actually happening? Utility is taking over. Slowly but surely. When Bitcoin came out in 2008, nobody thought Bitcoin was going to hit $1,000, $10,000, $40,000, $65K. Now people are calling for $100K, $200K, $300K, $1 million. I have news for you. Bitcoin will never hit $1 million. You want to know why? Because by the time of the next bull market, utility will be set in place. The only reason why Bitcoin continues to move money at a massive rate is because it is the only number one asset right now. When we talk about utility changing the entire market, it is going to reshape this entire list. And guess what is the most utilized asset that's before it even gets utilized is HBAR. 1.6 billion transactions in less than a year? I mean, come on, guys. You got to see the bigger picture here. It's not, hey, when are we going to the moon? When are we going to $1? When are we going to $2? Look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is, when is HBAR going to be the biggest taking point for crypto? When will people finally open their eyes and realize that Bitcoin, that Ethereum, that all these other assets that are in this top 10 space, the top 25 list, the top 50, when will people realize what HBAR is actually doing? Where? When? Like, seriously. Like, I honestly look at HBAR as buying Bitcoin at 28 cents. I look at HBAR as one of those assets that will print financial freedom for so many individuals out there that have the ambition, that have the motivation and the work ethic to do a deep dive on an asset and do their research and not just listen to even myself, right? Because, like, listen, I've done hours, I've done days of research on HBAR. You want to know why I believe that HBAR is going to change my life? Because I'll tell you what, okay? In my lifetime, I know that I will be financially free. I know that I will no longer have financial burdens because of HBAR. HBAR is my number one choice. It's my number one holding. So when I hear people frustrated about the price, frustrated about us moving in price, frustrated about us not being listed on this, that exchange. Oh, you know, why is ADA pumping but we're not? Why is ADA making new highs? I should have invested in this. I should have invested. Listen, nobody is holding you to HBAR. Okay? First off, if you're complaining about the price of HBAR, if you're complaining about HBAR not being on that platform, if you're complaining about all these other assets doing these massive moves, then you obviously do not see the bigger picture of HBAR. I'm just telling you guys right now. Okay? What? You guys don't think that I want to see HBAR at $1? It's my number one holding. I just continue to stack my bags. I'm backing the truck up, okay? I'm jumping out of the truck, going and grabbing my bags and loading up. You want to know why I'm loading up? Because HBAR will allow me to never have to work a single day ever again. And you know what? I barely work the way it is. I own a design agency and stuff. I'm extremely grateful for my life, but I come on here and I explain to you guys how big these digital assets actually are. These are not just crypto assets. These are not just digital coins that we're throwing our money in and praying for a 10x, for a 100x, for a 1000x. These are coins that when we actually look at the case studies, the use cases of Hedera, I mean, come on, healthcare, media, agriculture, technology, logistics. I mean, they're going into retail. I mean, the Coupon Bureau didn't even load up yet. They didn't even go fully live just yet. Wait until this ramps up. Wait until Q4. These people out here, man, they're comparing ADA to HBAR. Man, ADA is the breadcrumbs. Hedera Hashgraph's the entire loaf of bread. I don't think people realize that no asset in this space is even close to HBAR's overall level. Listen, when we talk about HBAR being listed on Coinbase, I don't even want to hear that, right? You want to know why? Because guess what? Coinbase is not listing HBAR. You want to know why? Because it didn't do 1,000% of an increase in price yet. You want to know when? You know what? I'll put it to you this way. I can almost guarantee you, okay, and I don't say that at all, but I'm going to tell you right now, I can almost guarantee you that when we do 1,000% of an increase in price, all right, and I've seen this even with other assets, I haven't seen it with ADA. All right, when we do 1,000% of an increase in price, when we're at $3 plus, that's when Coinbase will list us. You want to know why? Because that happens with every asset. Look at ADA. ADA didn't even get listed on Coinbase until it was $1 plus. That's exactly how this market works. You got to find your ways around things. You got to buy on Uniswap. You got to buy on these sketchy exchanges. And you just, you got to get into it. You can't be waiting until Coinbase lists this, lists that. Coinbase is a normie exchange. That's the exchange that your grandmother has downloaded on her phone, and she's buying assets on there that are already pumped 100x, 10x. We're looking at these assets, and these assets haven't even pumped yet. I'm telling you guys, like this, when we talk about HBAR, I don't think people realize that we are on the ground floor right now. We are so early. It's not even, I can't even fathom that we're still at these levels that we're at. I can't even fathom how early we are in terms of adoption for crypto. Like, it's not even like it's infancy stages. I just met a guy. I was out with my girlfriend. We were talking to her college friends from college, and her one friend brought her husband. He drives, tractor trailer. He's 40 years old. Okay, I'm half his age almost. I'm 23, right? I'm talking to him about crypto. He's just like, man, I just don't understand it. I don't understand crypto. Like, I don't get it. I'm more so in stocks. Stocks? What, you mean, hey, let me pray for my 2% increase in price in the year. 2%. Look at this. We're doing 7%, 35%, 5%, 15%. I'll tell you what. When I tell him, I told him so much about HBAR. I said, dude, you cannot disregard HBAR. He knew about Bitcoin. He knew about Ethereum. He knew about Dogecoin. Dogecoin, man. That's the people's coin right there. Dogecoin. Mark Cuban, man. Let me do a clap real quick for Mark Cuban out there. Yeah, Mark Cuban, keep shilling Dogecoin. Same with Elon Musk. Keep shilling it. I love when normies are loading up their coins in Dogecoin, the most inflated asset in crypto. Don't worry, I'll continue to stack my HBAR, right? You know, the asset that's doing 80 plus use cases already, that's about to undermine the idea of what crypto actually is. You know, when we talk about these, you know, I told them, don't listen to what people are saying out there. Jump into HBAR. Get into XRP. It might be hard to get into XRP, but get into it. I said get into HBAR. Get into QNT. He knew he had Coinbase. He had a Coinbase account. He had the free crypto. I said, dude, just jump into QNT. Jump into these fintech coins, these massive giants of assets that haven't even began their true moves. Jump into it. Don't get into Dogecoin. Don't get into Bitcoin. We have Michael Saylor still saying that Bitcoin is the one. I'll tell you what. Back in March of 2020, that's when you should have bought Bitcoin. Not at 49K. Not at 65K when he was telling people to mortgage their houses. But $3,000. Listen, guys. I'm going to say one last thing before I wrap up this stream because it's been almost 1 hour. I'm going to tell you guys one thing right now. And this might just change your entire perspective on HBAR. But when regulations come into this space, okay? When regulations come into this space and fully disrupt this entire scene, and how many assets will disappear? Okay, all those assets that have billions and billions of market cap, even those little, small cap gems that have, $100 million in them, all of those assets, all of that capital will flow back in to utility-driven tokens, HBAR, XRP, QNT. And we are so close to that. We are so close to regulations. They are going to be happening by 2023. I can guarantee you that. We are already seen it this year. They're implementing, 18 plus bills into the US to regulate crypto for know your customer and anti-money laundering. They are doing this for specific reasons. You want to know why they're doing it for specific reasons? Because stocks go up 2%, crypto goes up 20%, 41%. Crypto is no joke. They want to make money off of us making massive amounts of money. This is the space to get into if you want to get financial freedom. I see people all the time looking for ways to make money. Oh, I'm doing Shopify drop shipping. Oh, I'm trying to, do this, do that. Guys, listen, I'm just going to say it right now. If you don't have the time to start your own business, if you don't have the time to learn things like drop shipping, if you guys don't have the time to do this, that, you have a family, you have kids, you have a wife, you have a mortgage to pay, you have, a car payment, whatever the case may be. Okay? And you want to get financial freedom, I'm telling you, utility-driven tokens are your answer. Financial freedom is not in a 401k from your job. Financial freedom, retirement at this point is like a joke. People barely are retiring at this point. We have people that are 80 years old still working jobs because Social Security is just not paying enough. You know, money is flowing out of the government so much. Hyperinflation is going to happen. Stocks are going to crash at a massive rate. We are going to see a housing market crash. All that money gone. And there's going to be a massive drive for risk assets like crypto. And I'm telling you guys right now, retirement for my generation, for 20-year-olds, maybe even 30-year-olds, possibly even 40 years old, is going to be a thing of the past. I don't think that there's enough money to pay Social Security, and I honestly think that we need to create our own retirement plan. My retirement plan sits in utility-driven assets. My retirement plan is crypto. This space will ultimately reshape your entire life before your eyes, and I'm telling you guys that right now. But with that being said, I hope that you guys all enjoyed this video. Listen, I'm telling you guys right now, okay, come over to my Twitter right now. First off, if you guys aren't following me on Twitter, you guys definitely should. But I tell my Discord group all the time, when I'm buying an asset, when I'm selling an asset, you guys need to join this free Discord server. I'm not trying to sell you guys on anything. Listen, anything that you guys want to do, if you guys want to use my referral link to get your crypto secure from Ledger, go ahead. But I'm just telling you guys right now, join the free Discord server because I'm giving away gems all the time. I am telling people what I'm buying, what I'm doing, everything like that is all in this Discord group. You guys do not want to miss this. And first and foremost, for anybody who does join the Discord group, please verify yourself. It's as simple as 1-2. But you guys are going to want to be in this free Discord group because this is where I tell everybody about everything that I'm buying, everything in that sense. So with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed this video, enjoyed this live stream, and I'm telling you guys right now, I just want to let you guys know with this video, okay, if you could take one thing from this video, please take the idea that these utility tokens are nothing to ignore. Please look into what you are investing in. Do your research. Make sure that the token that you're investing in is ISO 20022 compliant or is Web3 compliant like HBAR, because those two things are very, very important. So with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed this video or this live stream. Guys, I will be back tomorrow with a ton of updates. I will keep you guys updated along the way, but I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I hope that you all have a great day or a great night, wherever you guys are in this great world. It's been Nick, and remember, opportunities arise in this market every single day, and if you do not capitalize on them, somebody else will. Not everybody will make it in crypto, but for those who actually have a brain and do the research and understand what is happening, will. So guys, it's been Nick. Have a great night. Have a great day. Peace out.